guys, it's Danielle K. White, the creator of Natural Beauty Rose and Isla Handtied Hair. Okay, on this video, we are going to do a Q&A specifically on Isla Handtied Hair. I started the brand of Natural Beauty Rose over 15 years ago, and 6 years ago, I decided to create my own hairline, Isla. Just off of like my own pain points and struggles that I had with hand-tied hair, what I liked, what I didn't like. So I partnered up with a company and we literally went back and forth with the factories, and now I'm very, very proud of the product of Isla Handtied Hair. So I do know that investing in a new line can be scary if you're a hairstylist and if you're a potential client. I always say that 50% of the system you choose is backed and represented by the quality of hair paired with it. So how do you know what you're getting? You're researching different techniques, but what you really need to start doing is researching the hair, the quality, and things like that. So on this video specifically, we're doing a little Isla Q&A. Hey guys, come on in. I'm Danielle K. White, the creator of Natural Beauty Rose and Isla Handtied Hair. Welcome to my beautiful home here in Miami Beach. If you're on this YouTube channel, you can look for anything from fashion, fitness, beauty hacks, and more. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. So we have people apply for Isla. It's only available for licensed cosmetologists. My line was exclusive to MBR artists, but it's such a great line. I opened it up to all licensed cosmetologists, and they're also invited to come take Natural Beauty Rose certification classes as well. So I was thinking, why not do a little Q&A and tell you guys more about Isla so you know what you're kind of investing in. So now, if you've worked with any type of hand-tied hair, it varies in how many grams per weft it has and things like that. And so you might wonder, how many packs of Isla Hair do I need to purchase for a new install? That's like one of our biggest questions. So when I was creating Isla Handtied Hair, I actually created in packs of 4 wefts. Traditionally, a lot of other different competitors or different lines, they're sold in packs of 8. The reason I chose to do it in packs of 4 is because I wanted you to have more flexibility with mixing colors. Sometimes you only need maybe 2 pieces of a level 8, and you don't want to, especially if you're a new starting out artist, you don't want to have to invest hundreds of dollars and buy a pack that has 8 pieces when you only need 2. Now eventually you might build up your stock, but in the beginning it takes a while to build up your stock. So I decided to carry Isla Handtied Hair in 4 wefts per pack, so that again, if you're a new artist starting with hair extensions, you can buy multiple different packs and play around with different colors. So going back to the first question, how many packs for a new install? Honestly, it depends. So with most, I would say any type of beaded row extensions I've seen on the marketplace, I would say your most common row amount is 2 rows. I wear 2 rows and a mini. With MBR, you either wear 1 row, 2 rows, 2 and a mini, or 3 rows. So let's just say for a 2-row install, typically on my bottom row, I like to put 4 wefts, and on my main one, I put 4 to 5. So I personally, because I naturally have fine hair, if we're doing 2 rows, which is what I wear, 2 and a mini, I would only place 4 wefts. Isla has more grams per weft, so you might actually be able to go down compared to other lines. So I always tell people, if you're trying other hand-tied hair lines and you're able to do 5 wefts, you may be able to do 4 in Isla. So I would recommend a minimum of 2 packs for a new install, but there's nothing worse than not having enough hair. So if you're like me and you're like a little nervous about it, I would say order 3 just in case, because you never know, your client could get there and maybe they decide last minute they want that mini piece in the back to connect everything. So again, it just depends on how many rows you're doing, but I'd say typically go with 8 pieces, or go with 2 packs, which is 8 pieces. Okay, what is the difference between beach wave and deep wave? So Isla Handtied Hair comes in silky straight, beach wave, and deep wave. Deep wave is definitely for those curly girls. It's a very unique curl pattern. We made it, my sister actually has I have naturally super straight hair. My sister has like the curliest hair ever. So I wanted a very natural curly texture. This one I recommend for clients, like if you're always wearing your hair curly, get the deep wave. If you're like, no, I kind of want the option to blow it out, I would then mix it with deep wave and beach wave. So beach wave is a little bit looser curl. I actually mix beach wave in mine with silky straight because I love a little bit of the fluffiness and a little bit of the texture. I think it's great too when you go on vacation. I can kind of like air dry it a little bit and it just looks beachy and cute. So again, the deep wave is very, very textured. If you have somebody who doesn't want to wear it that curly all the time, or they want the option to blow it out, I would mix it with our beach wave. And again, that takes me down to my 3rd most common question asked is, can I mix textures? And like I said, you absolutely can, and it looks beautiful. On mine, because I don't want my hair naturally really straight, I'm not gonna put a ton of the beach wave in there because then it won't match my regular texture. So say for example, when I put beach wave on mine, I usually will only put maybe 2 or 3 wefts. So, and again, it looks beautiful. It gives a little bit of texture, so you can mix them, and it looks very natural. Because if you look at most people's hair texture, like my daughter's, for example, their hair is not as curly in the front as it is in the back. They have a lot of really curly hair in the back and then more straight in the front. So I kind of love playing around with the option to mix it, to customize it to that client as well. And when you are mixing textures, you guys make sure to ask your clients how they style their hair. Are they air drying? Are they blowing it out? Are they curling it? All those things will play into prescribing what texture would be best for them. If I have somebody who naturally has curly hair, but they always blow it straight all the time, then I'm like, you probably don't want that much beach wave mixed in, because then you're just working against more texture and more curl that you have to blow out. So again, having those conversations in your consultation is crucial. Okay, how many wefts can you put on a row? So again, that's a common question we get, but again, Isla has more grams per weft than other hand-tied hair lines that I have worked with. And I'm a firm believer in not overloading your rows. So I'll just kind of talk through typically, like I said, what MBR does. Bottom row, usually 4 pieces. I don't hardly ever put 5 pieces. It's just not needed with Isla Handtied Hair. The main row is gonna be your largest row with MBR. So you can put up to 5 wefts on that main row. And then the mini, honestly, you guys, my mini piece is not very big. It's probably like 4 inches in the back. It sits in the crown. It just kind of acts as like a connecting piece for my shorter layers. And that one I think I do a weft and a half. So I'll cut one in half. So I don't want it too heavy. I feel like 2 pieces it's a little bit bulky. So I would say for your mini piece, a weft and a half. Okay. Is it ethically sourced? Yes, 100%. It is ethically sourced. Is it 100% Remy? Yes, it is 100% Remy. And you can go on the Isla website and read more. We actually give back to other countries, and I am like a firm believer in, if you're gonna put something on your website, you gotta stand behind it. So we do have a ton more information on Isla Handtied Hair, where it's sourced, how it's sourced, and how we're giving back. You can go to isla.com to read more about that. Can you mix it with other lines? You know, that's a tricky one for me, because obviously I'm biased and I love Isla, and I cannot, if you start mixing it with other lines, you can't determine the quality. So if you buy something that maybe is a little lesser quality and then your client has issues, then it kind of reflects bad on, well, which weft is it? Is it this one, or is it this one, or what's going on? So I don't recommend mixing lines because they're all manufactured completely different. The other thing the reason I don't like to mix lines, Isla goes through a very unique coloring process, because as an artist behind the chair, that was one of the biggest things when my clients would come in and their hair faded one color and the extensions faded another color. I felt like I was doing, a 2-hour color correction on the extension hair. So I wanted Isla hair colors to last if you live an active lifestyle, if you're out in the sun. So that's one of the things we've gotten feedback from clients for the last 5 years in using it, is I love how the Isla hair colors last. Now, also that depends on the artist. Did the artist anticipate the fade? Did the artist pick amazing blends that when they come back in for their 6 to 8 week checkup, does everything still blend? So again, it does hold the color really, really well. And again, it's one of the things that sets us apart, and our clients are absolutely loving. Is all of Isla hair custom colored? Because I'm always talking about, I'm like, hey, why are we bragging about custom coloring our rows when you can choose a line that's already done a lot of the custom coloring for you, because time is money behind the chair. So Isla Handtied Hair, we do have your basic levels 1 through 10, but then we also have tons of different mixes, and we have tons of different pre-rooted and pre-toned. So we have your basics that you can, play around with. Somebody like me, I usually only have 2 different browns in my hair. I don't need a ton of different variation. But if you have a blonde, say for example, we have so many different piano keys, pre-rooted, pre-toned, things like that. So again, it just makes your job easier behind the chair. One of the common themes that we get from my artists that use Isla Handtied Hair is can I color it? Yes, you absolutely can color it, but hopefully you don't have to do that much work. It might be just making the root a little bit darker. It might be just toning it to whatever you've toned your client. So even if you choose to color Isla, which yes, you can color Isla Handtied Hair, it just makes your job a little bit easier. Now, lifting extensions, I don't recommend it. In any line I've ever worked with, I don't recommend bleaching or lifting the extensions, but you can deposit or tone on Isla Handtied Hair. Okay guys, that was a ton of information, but I'm like, how can I do like a Q&A? Again, we have so many people who they find us through an ad or online and they're like, oh, this looks like I want to know more information about Isla Handtied Hair, because again, it is an investment, and your clients, they're not just investing in you or the system, but again, if you have a hairline that doesn't represent you as an artist, it reflects poorly on you as an artist. So you guys, whew, that was it. If you have a friend that's like, oh my gosh, I need more information, share this video. Like I said, if you're a licensed cosmetologist, you can now apply to get access to Isla Handtied Hair. I'm gonna drop the link below. Go ahead and share it, and we'll see you guys next time on my YouTube channel.